The Mesquite City Council has called for a special election on November 3rd to ask citizens to consider a $125 million bond proposition to repair more than 100 miles of residential streets throughout the community. Earlier this year, a Citizen Street Bond Committee made a recommendation to the City Council to seek voter consideration of a $125 million improvement plan to repair deteriorated residential streets in Mesquite. Here is what the committee co-chairs had to say.
We've got safety issues related to streets. We've got economic issues related to streets. We've got valuation issues related to streets.
The streets to be repaired are those that are designated by the city as grade 4. The city uses numerals 1, 2, 3, and 4 for streets, with 4 being those that need the most work.
The funds raised through the sale of bonds will be used to improve grade 4 residential streets. The worst of the grade 4 residential streets will be addressed first. You might be asking yourself, what is a grade 4 street? The city's Public Works Department annually reviews the quality of the streets in Mesquite based on various factors. Each street is given a grade. A street with a grade of 1 is good, a grade of 2 is a satisfactory street, a grade of 3 is a street in fair condition, and a grade of 4 is a street determined to be in poor condition. You can view the grade of any street in Mesquite by looking at an interactive map on the city's website, cityofmesquite.com/street grades. The Public Works Department is constantly updating the map as it assesses the conditions of the streets in our community. With the funds generated from the sale of bonds, the repairs will include additional concrete and steel reinforcement, along with new sidewalks and handicap ramps where needed. To implement these improvements, the streets being repaired will be grouped by area for efficient construction. Any underground utilities due for repair or replacement will be completed before any street improvements occur. The improvements would begin in late 2016. Another question that has to be asked is, how will the streets not being repaired with bond funds be addressed? Repairs to non-residential streets and thoroughfares, such as Galloway Avenue, are paid for with other funding sources and through financial participation with other entities such as Dallas County. Highway repair and improvements are the responsibility of the state or the federal government. A portion of the city tax rate is specifically used to pay bond debt. If the street bond election is approved by the voters, the tax rate is estimated to increase 9.4 cents during the next 5 years. For a homeowner with the average value home in Mesquite, $82,285, the tax increase is estimated to be $7.62 a month by 2020. Homeowners 65 years and older with an over 65 exemption will not see a city property tax increase as long as they remain in the same residence and do not make improvements that increase the taxable value of their home. So now you might be asking yourself, how do Mesquite property taxes currently relate to other cities in the region? Mesquite uses 7 peer cities when comparing tax rates and services. Those cities are Plano, Irving, Carrollton, Richardson, Arlington, Grand Prairie, and Garland. As of the 2014 tax year, Mesquite's property tax rate of 64 cents per $100 of home value is the 4th lowest rate among those cities. Another common question is, can the city repair residential streets without this bond election? The city budgets more than $1 million each year for regular maintenance of streets and alleys. The city attempts to repair approximately 9 miles of streets each year. However, the streets deteriorate 3 times faster than they can be repaired using existing city resources. The City Council did not raise taxes or call for a bond election the past 8 years due to the adverse impacts that the 2007 recession had on Mesquite residents. If the voters authorize the sale of bonds and the city does borrow money, does it have the ability to pay back the loan? Mesquite has a bond rating of AA+, which is the second highest rating in the lending industry. Among the 7 peer cities, Mesquite is tied for the second best bond rating. As the public education process continues, here are some other key points to know. Early voting begins October 19th and continues through October 30th. Election Day is November 3rd. To get more information, go to cityofmesquite.com/street bond. This special webpage has additional information as well as answers to other questions from the community. We hope that you have found this public education video to be informative, and we encourage you to vote in this election.